Hello and welcome to Tonalist Painting by M. Francis McCarthy. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting that we are doing today is called Night Scene, and it is an 8 by 10. And I painted this back in December of 2015, which, wasn't that long ago, but the way things are going, it'll be a long time ago before you know it. That seems to be how life is, especially as you get older. Anyway, sorry, I think I didn't miss an entire week, I don't think so, but we are, I think we're at one a week now, which is, it's okay, and I am endeavoring to stick with this, guys. I've got a lot of other things I'm trying to do. One of the main things is I just finished a pass of 10 images. I had to photograph them, and unfortunately my favorite lens for doing that job, which is a 100mm Canon, it's actually a macro lens. It's a very nice lens. I kind of knocked it while I was taking my paintings down to the garage where I have my photos set up, and they just weren't very sharp. So I had to reshoot. Well, I didn't reshoot the 5x7s because that's not that critical there. But I had to reshoot all of the larger images, and it's just taking a lot of time to get in there and process these things. And it's ongoing. But anyway, here we are today. So, and I've done blog posts about photographing art in the past. If you dig around in one of my blogs, just type in maybe photography, and you'll see a bunch of different posts pop up. But I even did some videos, not so much of my photography process, but of the process I used to fix the specular highlights. And I was basically forced to get or become pretty good at photographing artwork because it's outrageously expensive to have someone else do it. So when I am missing my 100mm lens, I've got to get that thing fixed, and it's not the first time I've knocked it out of sharpness, but hopefully it'll be the last. On the 5x7 study for this night scene motif, we talked a bit about my philosophy of doing night scenes, and as you can see, I'm carrying through the same basic thing where I'm working over a blue under painting and going in with color. Also, it looks like I knocked the video camera there, so you're gonna miss maybe a half inch off the left-hand side of the painting, so I apologize for that, but hopefully you'll get the idea anyway. And you'll definitely this is just looking like the first color pass where I did that, so hopefully you'll see some other good stuff as we get further along the video. But either way, this is giving you the idea, especially in conjunction with the, if you watch the 5x7 video, you get to see my current approach to the whole nighttime thing. And actually there's a lot more color in this than you'd really see at night. I don't think you'd see these greens so rich, but I do have a handy little instrument I call an artistic license, and I use that whenever I feel like it, basically, which means that I can do whatever I want because I'm an artist, and that's good to use when you need to. As I discussed in the 5x7 video, I'm thinking I might try maybe a dark gray for one of these nighttime scenes. I wonder what that would be like. I do like the blue, but I feel like it's sort of giving me a little more chromatic of a result than I might get if I worked on a gray. But this is the fun of painting and trying new things and what have you. So you're wondering how it's going for me in the studio today. I did work in the studio today. It's Saturday, March 19th, and what I've been doing today is finishing up 5x7 studies for my current pass of I'm doing 11 paintings. So And today I was doing a second color pass, which was a little bit of glazing, a little bit of, sometimes I'll paint with a paper towel and a little bit of black. I kind of pop in some sort of faux detail using the black glaze mixture. And then, I like to do a little bit of dry brushing or augmenting or fixing or additional darkening of certain passages, whatever needs to be done. I don't like to belabor things, though. I like to keep it fresh. There is one that I think I've belabored to the point where it nearly looks airbrushed, but it's actually sort of a bit more zoomed out than most of the scenes I do, and it's a very small tree on a ridge of hills and a sunset. It's quite high horizon, and I'm contemplating doing this quite a bit larger. So that'll give me some elbow room to maybe do some more expressive brush work. I just ended up kind of smoothing out this one today, but there's no. There are some formulas that you can exercise as a painter, but you cannot be formulaic in your thinking. You have to take each image or motif on its own terms, and that would include the board it's being painted on, the time of day, whatever your particular attitude is at the moment. All of that stuff's a factor in the painting that ensues, and that would go for each iteration of the painting from the underpainting slash drawing stage on up through the final glazing and scumbling. So every stage has an effect overall on the painting, and it's an accumulation of many conscious decisions, as you're seeing with this video here. And like right now, you can see I'm doing little things with the knife. Sometimes I scratch little things. And these are things that don't really show up large, but when you get up close, you can see them. And any painting that's worth looking at should be very interesting from far away, and then even more interesting close up. I really like to do a lot of neat little textures, and one day, if you look at the accompanying blog post for this video, you'll see, a detail image, but it'd be neat maybe to even do one that's even more zoomed in so that you could see a bit of that. In fact, I'll make a mental note to do that for you guys next week. I've already got the images prepared for the blog right now, and I like to keep rolling along because between the videos and the blog writing and all that, it's a decent amount of work. And now you can see we moved into the I think second color pass here, and just doctoring things up a little, and sometimes a lot more than you'd think I would. This particular painting, I think 90% of it was, or maybe 85% of it was all done in that first color pass. But I'm doing little things. A lot of softening occurs, which is inadvertent, but the byproduct is, of course, more atmosphere, which is obviously a good thing. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and stick with me. We'll keep these coming out to you. I can't always guarantee I'll do 2 a week or even 1 a week, but I want to keep my hand in. It matters to me to share this stuff with you guys, and hopefully, well, I know some of you are getting a lot from it, and that's one of the things that motivates me to make time in my schedule. Anyway, thanks for joining us for this painting today, and if you'd like to see more of my work, go to landscapepainter.co.nz, and you can follow the blog from there, and there's also lots of my paintings there for you to check out. We'll see you probably next week, so meanwhile, take good care and stay out of trouble.